When you hear conversations about drills dying, no one cares about drill anymore, how does that make you feel as a drill artist?
I wouldn't class myself as drill though.
Okay.
So
Do you feel like you hear people copying the tone that you use when you rap?
I must be doing something right if people are trying to copy or emulate it.
Your music videos look scarier to shoot than just to watch. Like when I watch his music videos, I wouldn't do that.
I think you got more chance of something happening in your own hood.
How far are you willing to go?
I have to be comfortable in it. I'm not gonna sell myself.
There's no such thing as an innocent hug with a male friend that they might have known because she went in a coffin, Dracula style, before she met you.
Yeah, but that's mad though. You shouldn't be doing all them things. It's crazy.
I don't actually know if it's your accent that makes everything sound nice when it's not nice.
I think the tone doesn't make it sound as bad as it is.
I top out the 125, I thought the 3 litre was automatic. You know what I mean?
This is the +44 podcast. I'm Zeze Millz.
Yeah, what's that about?
What was that all
And I'm
about?
Sideman. Music
Culture.
UK. This is +44
From Wondery. Right, we've got millions in the building. 0121, Brom things. Do you know what we're talking about when we say 0121?
That's the dialing code.
Yeah, what do you like one?
It used to be 0171, 0181. Oh my God, I'm showing my age, depending on what area.
How far back is that? Like
Oh, that's
30,
like-
40 years ago? No, you said you said you're showing your age, so I thought you was letting people not into what's going on.
Everyone knows I'm 33, David. I'm happy about that.
I don't like to take the girls' phrases, but it's giving 57, but I don't know.
Shut
I
up.
don't know.
You're quite, how old are you?
25.
Your birthday is very close to Valentine's Day.
What?
Now, I've always thought that if a man, I've got a brethren, his birthday's on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I think that's a good thing
'Cause he
because
never has
Valentine's
to-
Day is long for man.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So if your birthday's that near to Valentine's, do you kind of like get the leeway, like, because you know how girls be having a birthday for a week? That they'll be like, oh, this is my birthday month. So if you just say, yo, it's my birthday month, they can't really put pressure on you in that time.
Yeah, I don't think you thought that much.
Yeah, I've never.
Are
Really
you a
done that.
Valentine's man? Like if it's a girl's Valentine's, because some men are into Valentine's, some men aren't.
David, look at him. Do you think he
You
has
kn-
to care
I
about
don't
Valentine's
know.
Day?
I don't know.
This is the kind of guy that he probably could say, I forgot. The girls are gonna be like, it's okay, babe.
Don't
Don't
let her
worry about
assassinate your
it.
character. Like that.
I'll be there. I'll come round tomorrow. We can make it. You can make it up to me. Somehow she ends up making it up to him. Like we've encountered these type of guys before in life. Too chilled, laid back. He's not worrying about Valentine's Day. Trust me. I know this for sure.
I don't know. There was one track on the last one, Provisional License. And there's a track on there which is like, yeah, she held me down and stuff
Oh,
like that.
jailbrain.
Yeah. And that one is like, yo, there was some bars there still that made,
Yeah, but-
you can't write them bars if you ain't had nothing. Do you know what I mean? Somebody got their Valentine's celebrated one year. I don't know how far back you had to go, but
This look, yeah, they go. We know what this means. Okay, so we'll get there. So talk to us from the beginning. People that don't know, this is worldwide, by the way, so everyone's going to hear this. So how would you describe Millions? What's your genre? What's your type of music? What's your sound? How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as storytelling. I just like to paint pictures and I'd like to describe as much detail as possible. So whatever that is. So if I'm rapping about Amazon music, I want to explain that to the deaf.
Have you always been like that though? Like from young? Into the details of everything and like vivid imagination kind of thing?
Yeah. And I've always been good at English, so I think that helps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was good at English. I took it in uni and then I dropped out because I realized I didn't really like reading that much. I used to really enjoy English. I think that's why I like talking, but that was one of my favorite subjects at GCSE level though.
Yeah, and mine too.
Yeah.
yeah, I actually, yes. Me three. I did
feel
like
like everyone
English.
that's kind of a talker, they always have that story
Yeah.
of like really enjoying English during school.
I can't tell which I preferred, more English language or English literature, because what I like about English literature is the dissection, and I feel like dissection is a big part of what we do, which is just like seeing something and breaking it down.
Look, there you go.
What?
Dissecting. There
That's
you go.
light. That's light for
That
my
was you
vocabulary.
dissecting.
Don't even
There
mess
was
with
you
my vernacular like that.
Oh, there
but
you
yeah,
go.
anyway.
One thing I wanted to ask though is about the music videos.
Yeah.
Your music videos are always very high quality. How much involvement do you have? Who comes up with the concept? I feel like you always want to go back home, the roots somewhere. You're Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
The last one you shot in Nigeria. And then where was the one that you shot before that? Kenya.
Oh, Laga, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's old. Yeah.
Big video and you're like, oh, you can't. Oh, yeah.
Nah,
this man just
'cause-
shoots videos everywhere, you know?
Yeah, nah.
Like where you can't even remember
Mad.
the last time.
You know what? It's just to set me apart again from everybody else.
Are you quite conscious?
In what way?
As in, like, are you quite conscious of your like history, like your heritage,
Yeah.
your background?
Obviously, I'm saying a lot most of the time in the songs. So you need to be able to see what's going on as well. You need to be able to see something crazy with the lyrics.
Yeah, so it matches.
Rather than just me saying a whole load of stuff and I'm just on the block, on a bike, like it's dead.
Your music videos look scarier to shoot than just to watch. Like when I watch his music videos, I think to myself, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there. He'd be going to the hood.
No,
of
I know.
some
I've
end.
seen
95. I can't even describe because we're on a family show, but like loads of things are present. You can't know all them duns. So now it's just, I'm just going to hope that I come here in this poverty-stricken land, leave with all my money and my chains, and get back home safely after rapping these bars, whilst 95 men are behind me and I'm looking forward. That to me is just great. Like, what's the energy like when you go to do these music videos?
They appreciate the energy that you're giving them, though, innit? So they're just happy to be there because they're a part of something. Because remember, you're giving them a certain spotlight and they're giving you a certain spotlight, so it goes hand in hand. I think you got more chance of something happening in your own hood.
That's very true.
Than over there.
What's it like being in Birmingham and being Millions? I don't know. I don't know about your generation, but I don't know anybody in Birmingham that hasn't done the town route.
Oh yeah.
So you know, you go town. It's not like London. No one comes to central London if they're a proper Londoner, right? Unless you have to.
Right.
Birmingham city centre is not like that. That's where you have to go.
Okay, right.
Like there's no mad shops on your ends. I'll still go town. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'll do the route. I'll go from Top of Bull Ring to Foot Locker or JD or whatever, and then come back up. You know what I mean? And I'll go Palisades and all of that, blah blah blah. Is that something you still would do?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do the long as I would before. Like I can just float to just 10 different shops.
Yeah, because I can't imagine you would be able to.
Nah, it's long, man. Obviously, depends on it. If it's empty, then it's fine. But if it's school kids and
If
stuff,
we clear out Bull Ring, then you're all right.
yeah, like it's the school kids and that. It's mad.
What's the lady saying?
What, when they see me?
That was a good one.
No, I think she
In
means
general,
your love life.
The love life.
Got a girl in it.
See, this is what I mean. The younger ones are settling down younger, David. That's what I mean. You older lot, you just clinging on for
Are you talking
dear
to
life.
me? I'm not like these brothers.
The older lot.
No, I do agree though. Like a lot of men that are my
clinging on for
age
dear life,
and
like
older,
trying to.
I got a bridge and I'm like, bro, you're 35
and he's
and there's no plan. So it's not like, say, there's a girl there where he's like, you know what? One day me and her would probably get back together. It's all done.
Yeah.
All bridges burned. All them girls have gone off, got with somebody. I'm like, bro, it can only happen by accident now. I think a lot of older men, it's gonna be an accidental pregnancy that makes them settle down in any way. With these younger men now, I'm not gonna lie, it confuses me.
Why?
The temptation's so mad at that point. It just shocks me that they choose to settle down. My only explanation for it is they must run around so mad that within a year and a half or so, it gets dead and they're like, yeah, nah, this ain't it. What we would do in 5-6 years, they do in like 1.
Oh, I would say anyway, like I think it's better to settle down when you're older anyway.
You're going to be thinking about maybe people's past and stuff like that. When you get to a certain age, then things go out the window.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So when you're younger, your rules are like...
Your standards are
especially,
like,
first of all,
standards,
let me tell you something about bro. Let me tell you something about
You're
bro.
like, your
London-
non-negotiables. Like,
Yeah,
I would never be with this type of
London,
girl.
is-
And then,
London is way more woke than Brum.
Oh my God, yeah. In London, you can't even link a man if they go to the same gym.
No.
Oh, sorry.
We're saying London's more woke.
As in like,
As
yeah.
in more new age. As in more, it doesn't matter if she slept with 5
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Oh.
Birmingham.
It must be my age group.
Birmingham is so far back. I know brothers right now saying how she give head.
Oh.
Facts. I know man still saying that.
Yeah,
like Birmingham is backwards.
Oh, I feel like maybe it's my age. Maybe it's the younger generations that are a bit more, the whole sexual liberation thing that's taken over. But I feel like my age group bracket are still on this. What you said hello to him at the gym? What I see him at the gym. It's like, but we don't.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the crazies. Them are the like the super jealous brothers
No,
and
they're
stuff
not.
like that.
That's majority of men.
To be honest though, a lot of bro men are like that though. If
like
they're
that.
walking with their girl and their girl sees like a male bridging, they know, and they might go for like a hug or something like that. It's long for her after that. 4 or 5 days after that, she's still asking her, who was my man?
Yeah, but that's mad though. You shouldn't be doing all them things. It's crazy. That's
You see what I
crazy.
mean? There's no such thing as an innocent hug with a male friend that they might have known because she weren't in a coffin, Dracula style, before she met you. Like,
Yeah,
she was a person.
Yeah, obviously you can, but just respect.
Firm handshake.
Innit? Yeah, like
Are you just a music guy, or are you gonna get into like fashion?
No, that's what I'm trying to get into.
You're
Yeah.
trying to. Yes, I can always tell when the people are going
Yeah,
into the
same. I'm
fashion
trying my
world.
little fashion thing.
I know, he looked at your trousers because we all know the trousers are. I was saying before we started rolling that my new thing with men. My new thing with men is how their trousers drop on their trainers or their shoes. It's very important. Men, take care. Am I being right?
Yeah.
How long does it take you to make sure the trousers
He lays on
drop correctly on the trainers?
I take pride into that.
This is what I'm saying. That's how I know when a man can dress. When I see man walking around,
I
with
am
white
31 years old.
trainers and
Okay?
black
Let me explain something to you.
And-
I am a grown
and
man.
grey
I have
joggers.
council tax.
I know.
I have
that.
energy bills.
It does. So does he. What's your excuse?
No.
He has a
I'm
whole-
old.
So
I'm old.
he has a whole
You see, when
career.
you get up, you just get up and there's no sound. When I get up, there's sounds in my back. We're not living the same life. Let these young people do what they do. You see, you won't accept it. I'm ancient.
Yeah, but I'm
I am a
33 and I
fossil.
know how to dress.
I'm just waiting on where I'm gonna pass out. I'm looking for you're out here looking for Gucci and
not.
Dior. I'm looking for gravestones and I'm looking for plots
You know
to
what? I'm
die.
looking-
Okay,
no.
I accept my age. I'm not trying to leave the house. I'm functional. When I put on this clothes, the clothes was on.
Okay, so when you left your house this morning, can I just break this
Yes.
down? Okay, I bet this is just like I just threw this on. It was a thought, but it wasn't a thought. If you get
Calm one. Just,
calm, I understand.
Did you pay for that?
First of all,
yeah.
right.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
Can you not interrupt my story?
Go on.
Thank you very much. He got up. He doesn't care. I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what, the daily paper thing? Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, cool. I just put that on. Nice. It drops nicely. Can you see? It's very nice. You are in the same space as that. You can't be bothered, but yours shows.
My can't be bothered and his can't be bothered is different.
This is what your can't be bothered should look like. Yours is, I don't know what's going on
When I have
here.
the kind of budget to make music videos in foreign Atlantic lands,
I don't think that's that.
It's not.
You know what it is?
Because
It's the
I'll tell
socks,
you
you know.
that's wrong with my socks.
You should have wore white socks or grey
Yeah,
socks.
it should. Yeah, exactly. And also, I've never been one to do this, but you could have at least run an iron over that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's like,
You know why I didn't tell you why. I have to tell you why I don't run irons over stuff. I'm gonna tell you why I don't. I'm gonna tell you why. Hopefully, well, we'll check in the comments again. When I'm watching on the podcast, yeah, it's like right now there's a stain on this hoodie right here, and I cracked it. I cracked it today, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're watching it back, you can't see it. Why am I caring for? Nobody would know until you dropped it that this needed ironing. Everybody in the room would know.
But I'm saying, okay, so talk to me. So you want to get into fashion? I think you that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so as well.
Talk to me though now, because I feel like the men are getting more experimental with their fashion.
Yeah.
You know, no guys were wearing these
No, that's
good
what
fit
it was.
back in the day, and then we went to skinny, and we went to straight, then we went to whatever.
I
or
wasn't a fan of
tapered.
the skinny stage. I'm not gonna lie.
But this has come back into fashion. So how do you decide your fashion? Do you go with like what is in or what you feel comfortable with? How far are you willing to go with your like experimenting?
With fashion.
He's not gonna go that far because he still has to go back to Brum, and like if he starts doing like Met Gala level stuff.
Nah, I would do the madness, you know, but it's just like
That's what I feel like.
I have to be comfortable in it.
Right,
I'm not just gonna do it because I'm not gonna sell myself
Right.
and have my legs half out.
Yeah, you always find
Do
like
crazy stuff.
in most of the music videos I've noticed there's like, you always find some sick big hoodie.
Do you pull yourself or do you have like a stylist?
I use stylists for like videos and
Okay.
stuff sometimes.
But like on a day to day, it's
Oh,
kind
no,
of
no.
like it's just you.
Yeah.
You, David, maybe
Listen, man.
you live in the same like
Listen, man.
city. Maybe we should do
When
a
he wakes up,
special
he jumps out of bed.
where the rappers style David. Wouldn't that be good? Like an Amazon special where the rappers style David, but the rappers that can actually dress, not the ones that
I
just
think
wear.
it's good, man. I think just the iron and the socks.
The iron and the
The iron
I
and the
want to dress
socks.
David for one day.
I like that you described yourself as a storyteller. I'm a fan of your music, so I listen to it. And I feel like it's interesting because I know that oftentimes you're in the drill space, right? Your music, you know, on drill beats and stuff like that. But I would definitely call you a lyricist.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you care about lyrics. And I feel like that's been respected and been honored by, you know, the likes of people like Drake and other, you know, big people. Where do you think that comes from? Do you feel like that comes from a love of English, or who are your inspirations that inspired that level of artistry?
No, I think it's just more, I don't want to sound like everybody else. So, because realistically, we're all kind of saying the same stuff, or we're talking about the same things. Like, if I'm gonna talk about some road activity where everybody else is rapping about road activity, I might as well explain it as much as I can, rather than just saying I went to do this and I went to do that like everybody else is doing. So that's it really. But it just sets me apart from other people.
It is different, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why I feel like it's different. You say things that hindrances or bad things that happened along the way, but it sounds certain. You know, like you'd be like, like I lost the package. But you know what I mean? But it's just like the way he says it. Usually rappers say, I never lost the package. Nothing ever went wrong. Nothing was messed up. What was the collab one with H and the other Birmingham guy?
Ride and Clutch. You
hopped in one car, but you realize you should have hopped in the other one. And it's just like, I like that type of artistry, because if you are painting a picture, you need to have shades. You need to have the good and the bad in it. And when I hear your music, I hear you talking about the parts of whether your previous life or whatever, or just the life you live in now, that might be long, might be difficult. Like, I don't really hear man talking about like tracking numbers and mail and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I feel like that adds to the level of artistry. Now, in that is essentially putting vulnerability into the music. Is there any fear in doing that, or is that just normal for you, just being honest? Do you get what I mean? Like, he says things that would be like, I'm that's not the best thing, so I want to hear like,
yeah.
Have you ever thought about it like that before?
Yeah. Well, obviously it gets to a point where you just talk about things that you can't be indicted for, innit? So
no, but that's not what I mean.
It's like old stuff.
What I mean is, okay, for instance, let's say I say, yo, I went down to the shop. In your music, it'd be like, I went down to the shop. I did trip on the way, but I went down.
Like saying stuff. Like,
showing your
that's happened to me.
Like,
No, I think that's the best. That's the good thing, because everybody can relate. Not everybody's one, or everybody just has positive experiences with things. Yeah. So you're just lying, and if you're not.
What's your favorite track that you've ever done? I'm gonna tell you mine, but I want to hear what yours is first to know what kind of music I can expect.
My favorite track.
Yeah.
That's out. Nairobi. I liked that. Come after Laga.
Yeah.
One of my first ones was HDC. Yeah.
My favorite track is Mobbing.
That's
I love
right.
Mobbing, man. That's a banger. And in Mobbing, you know where you say the smooth voice.
Right.
You need to listen to Mobbing. There's a bit of shouting on that. It gives me vibes of like, you remember like Busta Rhymes tune back in the day? What is that? Touch It, where it was like the quiet flow and then it goes into the mad shouty thing. I feel like because a lot of times your cadence is laid back, when you go into that one, it's like you feel that difference as a listener. I haven't heard much artists that do music on drill beats that mess with the cadences in their voices enough. It's kind of just like one tone all the way through. I actually feel like I'm more here Brum artists doing that. So, shout out to Brum every time.
Because you guys have got the...
What?
You've got the variety in your voice, the pitch and everything. David always makes reference to his accent. He feels like it's been harder for him coming from Birmingham, being in this kind of like London space. Do you feel like that's the same for you?
Yeah, it is difficult.
Because everyone knows how I feel about drill, right? But there's something about you that I like, and I can't maybe put my finger on it. Like, huh?
Be careful.
No, it's not like that. I'm not talking about his looks or anything like that.
Later.
I'm talking about when David was talking about your delivery, and I was trying to figure out, okay, maybe that's why I kind of like warm to you. Or I don't know if it's your tonality, or I don't actually know if it's your accent that makes everything sound nice when it's not nice, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a niceness to your tone, there's a niceness to how you deliver things, but it's not nice. This is what people don't understand when I'm talking about drill, me saying, I think there's a harshness that it just sounds too harsh for me, if that makes sense. But someone like yourself, I don't know how you kind of manage to do that. Is that deliberate, or it's just like, again, it's
I
just
think
your
the
temperament?
tone, I think the laid back chilledness of it, the tone is another thing. So I think the tone doesn't make it sound as bad as it is.
Right, yeah.
I top out the 125, I thought the 3 litre was automatic. You know what I mean? It sounds like he's just like, and
then you realise what he's saying, you're like, wait a minute,
But it sounds like rich people problems. You know when like rich people is just like, yeah, man, it's just like, we had to get the caviar today instead of the lobster. Like, I top out the 125. Like, there's something to that, and I feel like I hear people copying that now. Do you feel like you hear people copying the tone that you use when you rap?
Yeah, tone and trying to get 1,000 words into one sentence. Yeah.
Yes, because you can and make it clear. Does that bother you, or does that?
No, not really. It's just, it's good, innit? It's like, I must be doing something right if people are trying to copy or emulate it. So
Me and Zeze are fossils, right? So we have to speak from our fossil place. I accept that I'm a pensioner. She does not accept that she's an OAP. But I feel like the younger the generations go, the less gassed they get by gassy things. I know if I was rapping and somebody like Drake was like, yo,
Yeah, but this is not a good.
I rate your bars.
This is not a good comparison
gas
because you're
me.
secretly in love with Drake.
Let's
So
not do all
that
that.
doesn't make sense.
Let me
Because
ask- I'm just
even if
asking
Drake
him.
was like,
I'm just
if
asking.
Drake accidentally liked Sideman's picture and then unliked it because he realized that he liked it, Sideman would screenshot it and
Facts.
put it on his page and be like,
That's a fact.
Drake liked and unliked this picture. I'm happy for the
That means he
acknowledgement."
was on my page.
That's exactly that's
I
what I'm
think everybody would do that though.
Okay, then. I'm just checking because I'm sorry, but if that happened to me, a man that's clearly a great artist was, and
Right.
pretty much the biggest in the world, and especially like coming from Brum, you can count on your both hands the artists that have come out of Brum, all genres.
Right.
Is that gassy to you?
Yeah, it's a
Do you see what I mean?
it's just, yeah, it's sick, innit? But at the same time, I don't know. I think it's just me personally. I'm just a very calm person, so a lot of them things don't really faze me. But I'm happy and guys acknowledge me and stuff like that.
How long would you say you've been in the scene, in the mix for?
That I've been doing music for.
Yeah.
2019 November, I think.
So are you happy with like your progress, where you are now? 2021, you won Video of the Year at
Yeah.
Mobo's.
Yeah.
How was that? Like, you've achieved quite a bit in,
Yeah,
I
man.
would say, in a
lot.
small amount of time. Do you think, oh wow, this is amazing, or is it just go, go, go type of thing?
It's go, go, go. But I think because I've done certain achievements in a short space of time, it's like your bars are mad high.
Quite high, yeah.
At a real fast pace. Maybe I should have been doing them, reaching them things now.
Yeah.
So it's like, got to work even harder.
Yeah, a lot of it's funny because I feel like the new way that artist careers go, it's high to medium. If it's successful, you'll have an artist like Notes come out with Addison Lee.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then you spend most of your career trying to top how you came into the game.
Right.
Whereas before, artists built up slowly. So if you start at a high and then get to a medium, even though medium is really good,
It's gonna
because
look
that
like
means
it's gonna look low.
it's gonna
Yeah.
look low, even though it's really you maintaining, which is all you can ask for.
Yeah.
And you said your career started off in 2019. I remember having like conversations with my brethren about this, and I was like, yo, with Y-Pre, big track, but like almost at the worst time because the world locked down.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine the amount of festivals you would have done in that time gap doing that track if the world didn't lock down. Now, that's just me as an onlooker. Did it feel like that from your side?
Yeah, it didn't because it's like, I don't know what to expect. So for me, it's just going crazy. So everybody's saying, yeah, shows and stuff like that, festivals, but obviously I don't know what a show is at that point.
Okay.
Oh,
Or a
yeah,
festival, so to me, I'm just saying, this is crazy.
I'm always thinking like, oh gosh, what's next? Because you are drill, or that's what people see you as. When you hear conversations about drill's dying, no one cares about drill anymore. How does that make you feel as a drill artist?
I wouldn't class myself as drill though.
Okay.
So
People have kind of like grouped you into that.
yeah, I feel
space?
like I've just probably because of certain collaborations and
Right, okay.
features and stuff like that, and maybe certain beat choices at the start. What I think drill is not what
Right.
I am.
Okay.
I think drill's is some hardcore gangbanging mad stuff.
And yours is like a bit in the middle.
In terms of the singles, I feel like they've been quite far apart.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any reluctance in going like full-time rapper, like this is what I do, this is the main thing?
No, it's not that. I just think in 2020 and 2021, I released a lot. Maybe some's getting on notice, maybe some isn't. So when I release, I want everybody to know that this is what's going on and this is when it's happening.
Like K-Trap Warm is a good example of this. The length of time that artists are putting into marketing a track now is increasing because they're realizing that. I think marketing strategy before was big impact day. That first day go, everybody's posting it, rare, tear, blah, blah, blah. That don't work anymore. It has to be steady. Keep promoting.
I think because there was that moment in like social media world, I think, when, like you said, it was quickly post what you do on that day. That's the only time it's going to work. After that, you've missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's starting, especially with the algorithms now, like some people don't see stuff until 3 days later. Like I'm looking at things that says 3 days ago and I'm like, why have I never seen this before? Even with myself, like you just realize it's too much pressure. Like constantly releasing something or constantly putting out content, you'll go crazy because you just end up catering to everyone else but yourself. I think there's a power in releasing when you want to release and still being able to draw the traction and the engagement, even if it is like the last time you released something was 6 months ago or whenever. So you got the new mixtape coming out.
Yeah.
What type of sound is going to be on the new mixtape? And why are we calling it a mixtape? I feel like the rappers do this all the time. You have like 5,000 mixtapes and then you release an album in year 10 and it's like, but we thought all the rest were albums. So why is this a mixtape?
The album, you have to be fully ready and prepared for that. It's two different things, man.
But don't you feel like you're ready?
Nah.
No?
And albums are different type of music and thought and production and time, and you probably have to go somewhere, think about your life and stuff like that.
Like the Stormzy retreat, like you have to have an island somewhere.
What type of sound is going to be on the mixtape then?
Like slower. I want people to understand. You know what it is? I think with the way I'm rapping now, sometimes I rap too fast. Maybe it's like females especially. Obviously males will understand because if they can relate. But I feel like some females can't relate because I'm rapping so fast and the accent as well. Like they can't understand it, so I've slowed it down a bit.
Do a love song, put Zeze in the music video.
No, but wait. So do you ever feel like male rappers that talk maybe like what you talk about, and you have a heavy, like female following, and you just said now like you don't think most of them probably understand or get what you're saying.
Relate.
So relate what you're talking about. Do you know then they're just following you because you're good looking then? Like that's the only reason why.
First of all, let's be clear. Girls listen to gangster music.
I'm just saying what M1LLIONZ said. He's saying he thinks. So do you know then? Is there a part of you that
I don't really have a huge female following
But
though.
listen, I see when you put the stuff up on the socials, the girls go mad for you. They might not be actively there like in your, but the girls like you and there's enough noise.
Yeah, I don't think that's the
around you.
music. I think that's probably just the face, isn't it?
Right.
I don't know because I think
you wouldn't know that.
it's easy.
There's no way you would know that.
All right.
Why would you know that?
Yeah. My DMs are digestive dry, and I want that to continue to be the narrative.
so-
but what I was saying is, I think
you
go
were
on.
saying about the mixtape, go on, more slow,
Yeah.
more nice songs for the ladies.
Not necessarily just for them. Like it's not going to be like a girl mixtape, but I need them to kind of resonate with what's going on. I don't want them to just be hearing the beat. You know, like when they do the TikToks and they don't know what you're saying, but just
Right.
lip syncing. I want them to be able to, you know, even though they probably do to some songs, but not all of them.
Do you think that we've heard the full versatility of M1LLIONZ yet?
Nah, because I've only just done like one speed, one tempo, apart from the second last song, which was like a rapish kind of trap flow. I think that's the first time people. Well, actually, I done a song with G Herbo, but that didn't really. I don't know if everybody knows that song. So yeah, I think the punchline rap one was the first time I've loaded it down a bit in the public. So, and I think they liked it, to be fair.
How do you get nervous about that? Like when you know you're switching something up and your fan base are maybe used to one certain style, do you get nervous about the reception of how they're going to receive it?
Maybe before, but not now, because it's like I think people are just gonna say whatever they're gonna say anyway. So if you think everybody's gonna like something, they're not. So the sooner you realize that is the better.
How do you approach comment sections and stuff like that?
No, I don't care about that. I don't care.
Do you not read comments?
Yeah.
Go on Shade Bar, I read the comments.
No, I don't really do the blogs.
You
not
don't?
really. No. Well, it depends. If I go on there and like the first 15 comments are saying trash, shit, whatever. I'll probably look, but it doesn't really faze me though.
Yeah.
Like I don't go and like sit down and say, "Rah, what's going on?" Nah, it's good because they took their time out to comment anyway, so I must be doing something right.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, I tried that way.
Yeah.
We've tried a couple of ways.
I've tried a couple of ways.
Yeah.
Don't make
The
me
new
read
way is
comments.
just I'm making money. That's the only way that's concrete. You just look at the comments, then you look at your bank balance, and then
So
you
can
just.
you give any teasers of like who's on the mixtape, any collabs, anyone that? Okay, you probably can't tell us, but anyone that will be like, oh.
Yeah, there's some big people on there. But
Okay, nice.
I can't say who right now, but there's some good collabs on there, some mad ones.
In terms of collaborations, right? Does a collaboration kind of set the tone other songs. So for instance, if you're looking to branch out now and you do a collab with like an R&B singer or something like that, does your approach to the song make you kind of think, let me go into their world and try to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you can find, but sometimes I don't know if that's good or bad. Because sometimes you might be collaborating with somebody that's not in your world, like a singer trying to jump on Drill, for example.
Yeah.
This isn't working it, so you have to find somewhere in the middle.
I think talent is what makes it work. You know that the J. Cole track,
Oh yeah,
like that.
yeah, that
And he did the
London.
London accent. That worked and resonated with people. So I think sometimes it does work, but I think I would like to hear Millions on a proper, I'm not saying R&B, but you know, back in the day, you used to hear rappers do R&B songs.
Like Mace.
Yeah, loads of
Tell
them,
me
like
what
Twister
you
would be on
want
that, or
Yeah,
or Jada
that's why,
Kiss,
'cause you
or
got that
you know what I
kind
mean?
of like lazy rapping, like Loon, Mace. They had that kind of so chilled, laid back, kind of effortless. It was like I could do this in my sleep type of vibe.
I think R&B is proper like your girlfriend cheated on you and stuff like that, man.
See, you gotta listen to the old
It is, man, it
school.
is, it is,
Nah,
man.
you gotta listen
man.
to like, if you listen to like,
If you go back in Zeze's day,
Yeah,
there's
like-
some love songs
yeah, I'm
back there,
telling
man.
you, like that's like my favorite type of like collabs back in the day. Was like when Diddy would like jump on a track with like SWV, and they were talking about love, and then Diddy would just come
Them
on and
things
say
used to happen
something
all the time,
real
man.
smooth.
Yeah,
You'd
like,
be good with that.
do you ever have requests for features from R&B singers? Probably don't even make it to you, man.
No, they do. What's R&B though?
See,
Like, who's the R&B
we had
UK?
this discussion the other day.
That's
when we
that's
looked-
another true
when
question.
we looked on Google the other day, basically said black people singing pop music. That's what he said.
Yeah, but who's a
Wait, no, I think he's saying who's the R&B artist that would even be
in the
hitting him
UK?
up. Because there's not many. There's
Like
not.
Bella, all those like Bella,
All right,
Mahalia,
okay,
those type,
yeah,
those,
Mahalia hits you for a
Okay.
track.
like those.
Mahalia's R&B, yeah?
Bella,
Yeah, nah, Mahalia's my
or-
dog.
Yeah, like if they hit you up and was like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
So in terms of the new tape, in terms of how it's going to be switched up, we're talking tempo. In what other ways would it be switched up?
Content, sorry, whichever one it is.
What
It's like
what
I'm-
other topics and themes?
Like, I got a song about Windrush.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
So we're going deep.
Yeah, so stuff like that. It's not just the usual, just
Yeah.
whatever I was saying before. Well, yeah.
Obviously, Windrush, you being having Jamaican
Yeah.
heritage, obviously that is something that affects us as Jamaicans a lot, because it's like we kind of know how long we've been here, and you know what I mean. And it's interesting as well because, like, I don't know if this was the same for you because I'm older, but when I first came to Britain and was obviously living in Brum, there was no big African community. I don't know if there's, I don't even know if there is now. Brum's just full up of Jamaicans. It's when I've come to London
That you
that
see
I'm,
Africans.
that
I
I'm
always say
seeing
that to
Africans
people.
and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Growing up in Birmingham, even though obviously it's not Jamaica, but you still get to feel that sense of,
Feels like, yeah, though.
yeah, get to feel that
You
sense
go
of,
back a lot.
The Brum or to
I mean,
Jamaica.
to
Yeah, I
Jamaica.
just came back like 3-4 weeks ago.
I ain't been back.
You haven't been
Never.
back since you-
Nah, I haven't been back since I came here. Number one, I couldn't go back for years because immigration had my passport. I don't know, I'm getting deep on the podcast. but yeah, I couldn't go back for years. But I don't have enough money to go back, man.
Huh?
I don't have enough money to go back.
As in he means when he gets there, people are gonna ask.
Yeah,
him
they
for
take the
money.
shoes off your foot. So
Where are
I
you
don't
from?
have- I
Clarendon
don't-
or something?
I'm from St. Elizabeth.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And it's different down there. They're
Bush.
poorer. There's an and it's not. Yeah, it's rougher down there. You know what I mean?
haven't
Like
been. I need
if
to go
I
back.
go back, honestly to God,
You never
I'm
been
not
out?
leaving that resort.
No, I haven't been since I've been older. As
You've
in
only
the
been as
last
a kid?
time I went was like when I was 13. It's so
Right.
bad. I know, and I've been to Ghana twice. It's so
Disrespecting.
Yeah, that's a
it's
disrespect.
so bad. Like I've been to Ghana. I've been living my best life in Ghana every Christmas. Like yeah, someone DM me the other day.
Nah,
when
man,
are you
because
gonna go back
they're
to
still pulling
Jamaica?
tricks down there and that. You still got. I'm gonna use cold words now. You still got the boys stopping you and then putting stuff in your boot and then saying where did this come from and like, extorting you and that. It's all long and that, man. Like if I'm going on a holiday, I should not have my head on a swivel. That's what I feel like.
I think that's everywhere though.
Nah, if I go Spain right now, I might be alert, but swivel and alert is different. And I feel like you can't be in Jamaica and lack. You have to know who you're with. And then even when you know who you're with, you gotta know who you with. Because you could be with your
But you
cousin.
could just go to the hotel.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of everybody.
Yeah,
That's what I
just
would
go to
do.
hotel
But I don't. I
rooms,
bet
like,
you
yeah.
don't know. You be
No,
going
no,
down in
no.
the trench. If I know from your music videos, you be going in the trenches and that.
Have you shot a music video in?
Yeah, I've done like how many times? Why Prayer
Okay,
and
nice.
Badness was there as well.
I did the how many times challenge. I didn't win. It hurt my feelings. There was a how many times challenge where it's
How
like
embarrassing for you.
I can rap. I don't care what
Can he
nobody
rap?
says.
Ask him to rap now.
Go
No.
on,
Oh yeah, let me explain something. Let me explain what ain't gonna happen. Two things. Nothing good ever comes from if you say you can do something and somebody asks you to do it on the spot and then you do it. That will never work.
I
That's
mean, it
number
works for me thousands of times. Anyway, guys.
You know what she's talking about, innit? Listen, when she DMs you later, it's not about the podcast. It's not to check.
I would
about
never. Do not say that. He has a girlfriend. That's really inappropriate.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And that would stop her. Right, so that has been the platform. Shout out to Millions, get me? Bromtown doing it big. And I think that it's very, very inspirational. And I don't know if you take that into account, but in being somebody from Brom that has had, you know, some degree of success, is that every region needs its own inspiration. Because somebody's doing it big in London doesn't mean that a Brom youth is gonna look at it and say, I can do it. But when they see a Millions, they will believe that they can because it's more local. There's a lot of low ambition in Brom, and it's like a lot of people that don't really think they're gonna do anything at all out of the ordinary. So I think it is very, very good. I applaud and respect it. Number one, because not only are you successful and from Brom, I actually think there's a level of good artistry there, and I respect it.
That, yeah.
So make some noise for Millions! That is the +44 podcast with me, Sideman.
And me, Zeze Millz.
We're out.
So before we go, be sure to check out all the new releases this week across the +44 playlist on Amazon Music.
As well as the main +44 playlist, we also have the R&B playlist, the rap playlist, and the Afro playlist.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram at +44UK, where you can see snippets of this podcast, exclusive content, and stay up to date with all new music releases.
You have been listening to the +44 podcast from Wondery with me, Sideman.
And me, Zeze Millz.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. The +44 podcast is produced by So Incredible with Wondery, audio engineered by Nathan Cooper, filmed and edited by Marcus Accent, photography by Naomi Koji Payton. The podcast is filmed at Fiction Studios. The executive producer for So Incredible was Harry Anthony. The executive producers for Wondery and Amazon Music were Delisa James, Estelle Doyle, Richard Knight, Jessica Radburn, and Marshall Louis. Thanks to Millions for joining us this week, and thanks to you for listening. Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts,
Or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music.